Good morning, yellow people. Page 1.
All mother sentient beings, limitless as space, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and omniscience, may they experience happiness, be free from suffering, and swiftly may they attain precious, unsurpassed, perfectly complete enlightenment. All mother sentient beings, limitless as space, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and omniscience, may they experience happiness, be free from suffering, and swiftly may they attain precious, unsurpassed, perfectly complete enlightenment.
Deity Homage Pardo Lunaye Zangewalago Mashe Pardo Lunaye Zangewalago Duderene Zondene Masanda Zamje Pardo Lunaye Zangewalago.
For that purpose, until I attain Buddhahood, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue. Until death, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue. From today until this time tomorrow, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue.
Sancho Nimba Jijeba Sanje Namla Japsunche Chita Sancho Sambaye Soran Dejen Japsunche Chita Nganje Deshege Sancho Tome Jebadang Sancho Sambe Lapala Teta Renjen Nebada Dejen Dola Pendondo Sancho Sene Jeje Dejen Dona La Bala Rimba Jendo La Barjo.
I take refuge in the Buddhas until attaining the essence of awakening. Likewise, I take refuge in the Dharma and in the assembly of the Bodhisattvas. Just as the Buddhas of the past gave rise to bodhicitta and progressed along the Bodhisattva's path, so shall I give rise to bodhicitta for the benefit of all beings and practice the stages of the Bodhisattva's path. I take refuge in the Buddhas until attaining the essence of awakening. Likewise, I take refuge in the Dharma and in the assembly of the Bodhisattvas. Just as the Buddhas of the past gave rise to bodhicitta and progressed along the Bodhisattva's path, so shall I give rise to bodhicitta for the benefit of all beings and practice the stages of the Bodhisattva's path.
Sanje Judan Suje Chonana Sanje Bardo Dane Japsunche Dake Jenso Jibe Sonamge Dola Penzo Sanje Dubar.
Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and the other perfections, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and the other perfections, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. May all mother sentient beings, limitless as space, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. May all mother sentient beings, limitless as space, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion.
Cakrasamvara sadhana. Page 2.
Page 2.
Oma soba vajuda sarva dharma soba vajuda tombe nande seno yurego meme jovo toje chembego kende daga jaja sabjeba sasa tajan tanye bendrenze
From within a state of emptiness, the entire universe arises as the form of the great compassionate Lord, free of any reference point, white like a kunda flower, with one face and 4 arms. The 2 main hands are joined at the heart, and the other 2 hold a lotus and a mala. He is adorned with precious ornaments and sits in the Vajra posture. At his heart, which is my dwelling place, is the wrathful king, the protector Achala, blue like a flax flower, holding a sword in his right hand and a lasso in his left, held in threatening mudra at his heart, standing on his right foot and placing his left knee on a sun disk seat. His splendorous form outshines the 4 Maras. At Achala's heart, upon a dharma source, lotus and sun, I appear as Vajra Varahi, red with 2 faces and 2 arms, holding a curved knife, a skull cup, and a katvanga. With the right leg bent and the left one outstretched, I abide in a posture of royal enjoyment.
Om Om Sarvabhuta Kanaya Bedavanaya Bedamberotana Hum 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 Be 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 So Om Sarvabhuta Kanaya Bedavanaya Bedamberotana Hum 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 Be 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 So Sarvabhuta Kinaya Benzavanaya Bezamberotanaya Hum 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 Be 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 So Sarvabhuta Kinaya Benzavanaya Bezamberotanaya Hum 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 Be 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 So Sarvabhuta Kinaya Bedavanaya Bedamberotanaya Hum Be 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 So Sarvabhuta Kinaya Bedavanaya Bedamberotanaya Hum Hum Be 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 So Sarvabhuta Kinaya Bedavanaya Bedamberotanaya Hum 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 Be 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 So Sarvabhuta Kinaya Bedavanaya Bedamberotanaya Hum 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 Be 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 So Sarvabhuta Kinaya Bedavanaya Bedamberotanaya Hum Hum Be 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 So Sarvabhuta Kinaya Bedavanaya Bedamberotanaya Hum Hum Be 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 So Sarvabhuta Kinaya Bedavanaya Bedamberotanaya Hum Hum Be 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 So Sarvabhuta Kinaya Bedavanaya Bedamberotanaya Hum Hum Be 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 So Sarvabhuta Kinaya Bedavanaya Bedamberotanaya Hum Hum Be 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 So Sarvabhuta Kinaya Bedavanaya Bedamberotanaya Hum Hum Be 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 So Sarvabhuta Kinaya Bedavanaya Bedamberotanaya Hum Hum Be 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 So Sarvabhuta Kinaya Bedavanaya Bedamberotanaya Hum Hum Be 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 So Sarvabhuta Kinaya Bedavanaya Bedamberotanaya Hum Hum Be 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 So Sarvabhuta Kinaya Bedavanaya Bedamberotanaya Hum Hum Be 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 So Sarvabhuta Kinaya Bedavanaya Bedamberotanaya Hum Hum Be 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 So Sarvabhuta Kinaya Bedavanaya Bedamberotanaya Hum Hum Be 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 So Sarvabhuta Kinaya Bedavanaya Bedamberotanaya Hum Hum Be 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 So Sarvabhuta Kinaya Bedavanaya
I will practice the yoga of the four empowerments so that all mother sentient beings, limitless as space, may have happiness, be free from suffering, and gain the state of Buddhahood. Page 7. I appear as a yidam deity. Before me, a brow level, on a seat of lotus, sun, moon, and brocade silk, is my root guru Vajradhara in the form of Bhagavan Sri Heruka. Holding a Vajra and bell, he is with his consort Varahi, who holds a curved knife and skull cup. The father and consort are adorned with bone ornaments, ribbons, and jewels. With one leg outstretched and the other bent, they stand on a seat of Kailaratri and Bhairava. Moving in the 9 moods of dance, they abide in a brilliance of rays and light. Whatever slight virtue I have gathered through prostrating, offering, confessing, rejoicing, beseeching, and praying, I dedicate it all for great, complete enlightenment.
Lama Dorjee Chanting Dala Wanguan Zeduso. Lama Dorjee Chanting Dala Wanguan Zeduso.
Great Guru Vajradhara, please bestow empowerment upon me.
Lama Yanyam Hansan Zubana. Rosaka Bon Chudam Hansan. Vijay Dabzam Pamba Wanchoto. Danya Sanje Tanje Dubeka. Nando Laye Kimko Nidose. Lama Yayan Yonjo Jonsane. Rose Kaman Danjan Dembate. Naga Dabzam Same Wanchoto. Danya Sanje Tanje Dubeso. Datung Hadye Ranjen Yedose. Lama Yayan Wodon Daudade. Osayam Bon Tude Nyangate. Yeke Dabzam Same Wanjoto. Danya Sanje Kunje Toranje. Jinga Nebe Jwa Kudrando. Lama Yam Wodan Wazeshu. Chira Neden Gosum Zimbata. Jepe Wanto Sanje Tanje. Gosum Todan Yamye Yeshesu. Novo Nyam Lundru Togode. Judai Shis Hoja Jambone.
Page 10. From the coil of hair between the brows of the Guru Father and Mother, white light radiates, dissolving between my brows and cleansing the obscurations of my body. I receive the supreme vase empowerment, and I come to embody every Buddha's form, the Deity mandala appearing yet empty. From the point of union of the Guru Father and Mother, white light with a red glow radiates, dissolving into my throat and cleansing the obscurations of my speech. I receive the supreme secret empowerment, and I come to embody every Buddha's speech, the nature of mantra, heard yet empty. From the endless knot at the heart of the Guru Father and Mother, blue light radiates, dissolving into my heart and cleansing the obscurations of my mind. I receive the supreme third empowerment, and I realize the nature of all the Buddha's mind, free from all bonds of arising, ceasing, and abiding. The Guru Father and Mother melt into light, dissolving into my crown and purifying the grasping of my three doors. I receive the fourth empowerment and realize the vast and equal essence spontaneously as every Buddha's body, speech, mind, and sameness wisdom. Thus I abide in Mahamudra, unfabricated primordial awareness. By this virtue may I and all other beings swiftly accomplish the glorious Guru, establishing all sentient beings without exception in that state. I supplicate to the Lord Vajradhara, Tilopa, Naropa, Marpa, Milarepa, Gampopa, Pagmadrupa, Jigdan Sungan, at the feet of the root Guru, who is the threefold kindness, at all the root and lineage Gurus, the yidam and dharma protectors, please grant blessings upon my mind. Ahung transforms into Vajrasattva, who melts and arises as the Vajra, whose nature is the method of great bliss. And Ah transforms into Vajratopa, who dissolves and arises as a bell, whose nature is the wisdom of emptiness. The Sanskrit vowels on my right palm transform into a sun, and the consonants on my left palm into a moon. In an instant, I appear in the form of the co-emergent, transcendent conqueror.
Om Kindaro He Om Be Om Soba Vajda Sarva Dharma Soba Vajda Vai Dombe Nale Tuji Jatenda Ale Kapala Yangshin Jachevena Mera Meshona Dursena Hong Drum Zan Kam Jen Jando Parve Shi Durze Jam So Chembo.
From the state of emptiness appear wind, fire, and a hearth of skulls. On this from arises a vast and wide kapala. Inside it from Bi, Ra, Ma, Mu, and Shu arise the 5 nectars. From Na, Go, Da, Ha, and Ku arise the 5 meats, marked with Hung, Brum, Am, Jim, and Kam. Through purifying, realizing, and flaring, the substances become a vast ocean of wisdom nectar.
Lume Tuji Jatenda Ale Kapaya Yanshin Jachelena Mera Mama Shole Dursena Nada Taha Kule Shanana Hong Drum Zan Kam Jen Jando Pare Shi Durze Jamso Chembo.
From the state of emptiness appear wind, fire, and a hearth of skulls. On this from arises a vast and wide kapala. Inside it from Bi, Ra, Ma, Mu, and Shu arise the 5 nectars. And from Na, Go, Da, Ha, and Ku arise the 5 meats, marked with Hung, Brum, Am, Jim, and Kam. Through purifying, realizing, and flaring, the substances become a vast ocean of wisdom nectar.
Om Kaka Kaya Kaya Sawa Yacha Raksha Sabda Cheta Peshata Umanda Pamaranda Ganda Nedaya Ema Balenda Hanenda Samaya Rajenda Sarva Sede Medaya Che Yate Bam Yate Munza Tapavat Zinda Tamate Dama Mama Sarva Ketega Om Pesova Kaka Kaye Kaye Sawa Yacha Raja Sabda Jeta Pis Umanda Abba Mara Daka Daka Nedaya Emama Dahanenda Samaya Rajenda Sarva Siddhime Yajanda Yateba Yateja Bunjata Bhavat Zindrata Mate Jamata Mama Sarva Kadaya Sesu Yajaba Vendo Hum Be Sawa Om Kaka Kai Kai Sawa Yacha Raja Sabda Teta Pejata Umanda Apama Daka Daka Neda Inamidamba Dada Hanenda Samaya Rajan Nava Siddhi Metta Yateta Yatepa Yateta Bunzata Pravata Zendra Mateta Mata Mata Sarvakat Nusukam Desaya Jabhavento Hum Hum Bezo Sojo Shinjong Latang Nujen Jimbo Jumbo Tang Shasa Yedan Yujedan Jizen Kandre Mameto Chijin Tumbe Turmande Zine Namje Dajama Sanjo Drube Tozejen Garchen Yenze Chewa Trile Namje Drubar
Om, guardians of the directions, local guardians, gods and hosts of nagas, harm-bringers, bloodthirsty demons, elemental spirits, flesh-eaters, hungry ghosts, insanity inflictors, memory-crippling demons, dakinis and mamos, please accept this Torma offering. Help us yogins attain enlightenment, pacify adverse circumstances, harm and injury, and cause the four enlightened activities to be accomplished. From the state of emptiness arises Ah, from which arise skull cups, each containing a hung. The syllables melt and turn into inconceivable offering clouds, undefiled nectar in essence, and a variety of distinct features in appearance.
Kumbang Cholang Kubarji.
In the Yogin secret mantra and Dakini, in the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, I unceasingly take refuge. In the Yogin secret mantra and Dakini, the embodiments of the three wheels, and in the male and female spiritual warriors, I unceasingly take refuge. For the sake of all sentient beings, I will become Heruka and establish all sentient beings in the supreme state of Heruka. Shri is non-dual primordial wisdom, He is emptiness of causes and so forth, Ru is free of coming together, and Ka is nowhere abiding. I am glorious Heruka, the cause of benefit and happiness for all sentient beings. Shri Heruko Ham.
Danye Barchen Domba Sarva Punga Jarva Renata Kanga Yama Chimche Tona Sanjo Semba Sarvai Toso Honga Hongje Nana Neja Masa Shidurbe Sobjen Triple Yonsa Jale Meshe Dorje Ravata Sabje Tava Kurtan Lare Yeshe Meye Kurkanji Senso Deje Yomne Trave Saten Ramje Jemborju.
I appear as great glorious Cakrasamvara. My 5 aggregates are the 5 Buddha families. My 5 elements are the 5 mothers, and my 5 sense sources are the bodhisattvas. From the life force syllable hung at my heart emerge 4 Sumbani mantras, black, green, red, and yellow. They emanate into the 4 directions and transform into an indestructible Vajra fence, ground, web, tent, canopy, and a dome of wisdom flames, becoming a vast protection sphere, solid, secure, and utterly terrifying. It is impregnable to obstructors, even to Brahma.
Om Benza Tanada Hong Kong Om Benza Sharan Zola Jam Samja Om Benza Zola Anala Hong Hong Rang Heraga Sarve Toga Hong Ewa Zan Trube Lama Dan Kolodo
The light radiating from the Hong at the heart of myself, appearing as Heruka, invites the Guru and the gathering of Cakrasamvara deities into the space before me. Namo Shri Cakrasamvara Mandala Om Shri Heruka Sapareva Akambate Dasoha Om Shri Heruka Sapareva Padempate Dasoha Om Shri Heruka Sapareva Padempate Dasoha Om Shri Heruka Sapareva Tubambrati Chasoha Om Shri Heruka Sapareva Alokapati Chasoha Om Shri Heruka Sapareva Vendapati Chasoha Om Shri Heruka Page 33. I take refuge in the three jewels and confess each and every wrongdoing. I rejoice in the virtues of beings and will hold the Buddha's awakening in mind. I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly until attaining enlightenment. I give rise to bodhicitta in order to fully accomplish the purpose of others and myself. Having given rise to the Supreme Mind of bodhicitta, I welcome all sentient beings. I will practice the Supreme Bodhisattva conduct of acting with kindness. May I attain enlightenment for the benefit of all beings. The field of accumulation dissolves into me.
Nada Kije Yaba Dorje Homage Tewoba Untra Janjo Dora Tuza Landu Sawo Latenje Danya Sawo Samchen Danje Yonsa Jala Lezonwe Danya Jomde Sheve Choja Nanka Dambe Danjoje 下界见僧，切在自现，常常多结成真。都感人间，见天见见，二百头作金剑北。什么那问真的那做多结有那大些真，三年多结这个真，去见相也。 我大人是把大白真心能嘛把那了，大象这人头龙那就多少人强者啥家中，跟强改革两天半到多见就是人多，下界见上扎针长手推把干巴肩膀线。 采用这把的这不能去见到，你别等着多见这个有那过那的辈子，用下将先半百的见，只能接受那走见，让这节目查烂这些头干那就多些。 사장아대 야면 예감 sembe 제제 단장 갈배 메다 제제 단장 타신 현저대로 가윤자 예반 남성 간조 lum마 등제마 속제마나 호자 마사 샤제 genson 대벤제 现在扎着土管我见干部我就多下去，茶叶这个南看上见云白土着土干子，竹马卡张当家的，对娘见见怎么走？茶家我的我这的那也讲个这用的这。 三边加深自子，本单向南干外推本子，老南朝外大德红光真把白马阿马布，年干那做多结红我也见年干阿姆，国我那马黑色山，日走同好我马布。 这把你所不得很难，你好红马子，也那姑那配汉着，永结的王把马子，你个行业卡多我卡着我这么干么的，我车上รับ的神仙节奏红红讲个。 原来公了配配的，รับ的全部接人上。
Page 36. My body gradually dissolves into the awareness hung, which then remains in space in the form of a nada string. From the luminous and empty natural state of all phenomena arises an intensely blazing protection sphere of Vajra ground, fence, tent, web, canopy, and masses of fire. At its center arise space, wind, fire, water, earth, and Mount Meru, upon which arise a variegated lotus and a crossed Vajra. At the center of that arises Broom, from which arises a great immeasurable palace made of various precious substances, brilliant and complete in its characteristics. Outside are spheres of lotuses and Vajras, masses of fire, and the charnel grounds. Inside the palace, in the center of a multicolored lotus, is a sun disk with Bhairava and Kalaratri as a seat. upon which is a mandala of sun and moon, and the white vowels and red consonants. In an instant, the nada of my awareness enters it and transforms into a Vajra with a brilliant hung at its center. Light emanating from it makes offerings to the Buddhas and benefits beings. The light gathers back and dissolves into the seed syllable. The moon, sun, seed syllable, and implement transform, and I arise as the transcendent conqueror Cakrasamvara, outshining the radiance of a clear sky. I have one face, 3 eyes, and bared fangs. My hair knot is adorned with jeweled dried skulls bound by a garland of Vajras along my hairline. The top of my hair knot is adorned with a jewel, the front with a crossed Vajra, and the left with a crescent moon. Holding a Vajra and bell in my hands, I am embracing the consort. With my left leg bent, I stand on Bhairava's head, and my outstretched right leg presses down between Kalaratri's breasts. I bear the 6 charnel ground adornments, a loose tiger skin skirt, and a garland of 50 freshly severed heads around my neck, and I display the 9 moods of dance. On my lap is coral-colored Vajra Yogini with 1 face and 3 eyes. Half her hair flows down loosely, and the other half is bound up with 5 dried skulls. Embracing the neck of the father, her left hand offers a skull cup filled with nectar. The right hand, in threatening mudra, fiercely brandishes a curved knife with a Vajra handle. Her left leg is outstretched, and her right leg is wrapped around the father. Blissful and endowed with the youth of a 16-year-old, her beauty is extraordinary. She is naked and delights in blood, wears a garland of 50 dried skulls, and is endowed with the 5 mudras. The father and mother are adorned with the major and minor marks and silken scarves. Like the fire at the end of time, their blissful union of method and wisdom is magnificent. In front is blue Dakini, to the left is green Lama, behind is red Kandaroha, and to the right is yellow Rupini. Each has 1 face, 3 eyes, menacing laughter, bared fangs, hair flying loose, a crown ornament of dried skulls, and a garland of 50 dried skulls around the neck. In their right hands they each brandish aloft in space a curved knife, and in their left they hold to their hearts skulls filled with blood. A Katvanga into the crook of the left arm. Their bodies are naked and sensuous, and they are endowed with the 5 symbols. With right leg outstretched and left leg bent, they dance majestically upon corpses. In the 4 intermediate directions upon mundis are vases filled with the 5 nectars, and topped by skull cups filled with the 5 meats. At the forehead of each deity on a moon disk is a white Om. At the throat on a lotus is a red Ah, and at the heart, at the center of a crossed Vajra, is a blue Hung. At the father's heart are white Om Ha, at the forehead yellow Namahi, at the crown red Svaha Hu, at both shoulders black Balsat He, at both eyes crimson Hung Hung Ho, and at all limbs green Peit Hang. At the navel of the mother is red Om Bam, at the heart is blue Hang Yom, at the mouth white Ring Mom, at the head yellow Hrim Hrim, at the crown green Hung Hung, and at all limbs gray Pe Pe.
Oi ben ben da ning ga hong wo ji so jia ba wo nam je ma zo da wang ga la jian de de jian dang de.
Pem, pem, the light radiating from the Hung at my heart invites the Viras and Yoginis of the 10 directions and the empowerment deities into the space before me.
Om Banzam Madame Home. Om Banzam Madame Home. Om Banzam 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 Home. Om Rupa Home. Om Rasa Home. Om Sapajam Home. Om Dhamma Om Beda Hom Bang Ishi Badan Tam Se
Zahong Bam Ho, the wisdom and commitment beings become indivisible.
Om Yoga Shuddha Sarva Dhamma Yoga Shuddha Om Swabhava Shuddha Sarva Dhamma Swabhava Abde Kinja Tava Tatanga Abde Kinja Dhamma Shiva Sordha Jala Drzala Kava Brahma Sodha Todana Jeta Dhamma Samjana Tejan Drikung Kagyu Jaya Jana Tapaya Tejan Dabde Trudevo
Om Sarva Tathagata Abhikinsa Tu Mam. Having been supplicated, the empowerment deities hold aloft vases filled with nectar and proclaim, just as the Buddhas were bathed upon birth, we will bathe you with the pure water of the gods.
Om Sarva Tathagata Abhikinsa Samaya Shri Wangka Chambada Dea Chamba Ranjan Chojana Wala Randan Chola Chinjala Sola Meja Yamna Namnanda Kandra Majaran Joga Jenjo.
Saying this, they bestow the empowerment with the nectar which fills my body and purifies all defilements, transforming me into the supreme nature of great bliss. The empowerment deities then dissolve into me. From the overflowing nectar arises a crown ornament of Akshobhya on the principal lord, Vairochana on the mother, and Ratnasambhava on the four Dakinis.
Om Shri Heroga Sapareva Adambade Rasova Om Shri Heroga Sova Om Shri Heroga Sapareva Torchana Bade Rasova Om Shri Heroga Sapareva Vadam Bade Dasova Om Shri Heroga Sapareva Pipe Bade Dasova Om Shri Heroga Sapareva Pipe Bade Dasova Om Shri Heroga Sapareva Alude Bade Dasova Om Shri Heroga Sapareva Gende Bade Dasova Om Shri Heroga Sapareva Nede Bade Dasova Om Shri Heroga Sapareva
I offer to the mouths of the kind root guru and all the glorious holy lineage gurus, Om Ahom.
Om Shiren Benza He He Ruru Kahum Be Jagan Zola Samvara Om Ahu Om Beron Rado Tanaya Om Ahu Om Jakin Om Ahu Om Lame Om Ahu Om Kenda Anuranganam Benza Soba Emagawa Om Jundem Bava Mama Sabsa Karpa Chimban Taye Metava Rabba Soja Juben Jimbate Jete Jajan Jisoram Vada Sana Vaza Tonta Mabota Jagan Domba Dondan Katanze Take Papa Nobzan Changanze Doa Mejen Donson Kolatu Om Junden Dema Dorje Pamalana Samsalo Pama Jiten Sumye Jinje Mata Rikwe Dwansoje Jumbo Tamje Zik Jekra Dorje Chimone Dorje Dema Mapam Jinje Mata Wanze Yoveche Dokkan Kampan Jepan Jesorongwa Torma Tizema Taze Seze Abda Chipara Sijen Chonda Jama Namba Jama Moban Zeja Rekam Moban Zembamo Dorje Pamo Namjur Chimon Derbe Wanzo Malade Shije Wandan Gobele Natang Lucho Sintra Demba Nyejata Gada Yoga Gada Hinjeta Ninjo Namjo Mala Samsalo Tabala Son Tijin Shibaje Pambaje Dan Durga Kamana Sanja Shiba Zogje Kamaye Tashi Yemete La Samsalo.
Page 52. Om. Homage to the Conqueror, the courageous Lord. I bow to you, who blaze like the fire at the end of a great kappa, whose locks are bound up at the crown, whose face is terrifying, fiercely bearing fangs, whose hands, gleaming with 1,000 lights, raise a battle axe and lasso, and hold a spear and a khatvanga. You who wear a tiger skin robe, and whose smoky color resembles great darkness. Om. Homage to the transcendent conqueress Vajravarahi, to the superior mother of the three worlds, invisible awareness consort, who destroys all fear of evil spirits with your great Vajra nature. To you with controlling eyes, who remain like a Vajra seat unconquered by others, who neutralize even poison, wrathful, fierce lady, bearing your fangs, terrifying annihilator who severs completely, who conquers all adversaries. all victorious one, conquering those who make us dull, rigid, and confused. To Vajravarahi, great yogini, powerful lady who fulfills all desires, I bow. Homage to the four heart yoginis who represent the four activities of pacifying, enriching, overpowering, and suppressing, the four replacements of mindfulness of body, feeling, mind, and phenomena, and the four levels of joy: joy, supreme joy, beyond joy, and co-emergent joy. Homage to inseparable method and wisdom, the four Tathagatas, such as the Unchanging One, abiding in the intermediate directions in the form of offerings, the four vases with skull cups filled with nectar.
Garchen Homage, Deva Amatenele, Yesheme Bankolosum, Soso Nebe Yegenam, Sekshe Hamle Kajaba, Yege Larzo de Drupon.
Inside my body, appearing as Heruka, are the three channels and four chakras. At my crown is a white hung, at my throat a white om, at my heart a blue hung, and at my navel a red ah. From the ah, wisdom fire blazes forth, burning away the syllables of the three chakras. From the hung, white drops descend, and restoring the three syllables, blissful warmth blazes forth. From the hung at my heart, a mantra garland emerges. It descends through the pathway of the Vajra, enters the lotus of the mother, and rises through her central channel. It emerges from her mouth, enters again into my mouth, and dissolves into the seed syllable at my heart. In this way, it circles continuously.
Om Shri Bada.
我天对他在金牛年的时候，你妈的老大话在学的现代学养家现代学习，我在金门牛的时候第四上在韩国养的天对，人家起退养的嘛。学长就是可是的嘛，我做的，就爱可能讲嘛，在学校那做推手起来有嘛哇。
So, we'll take a little bit of time during this session to talk some about the practice. And of course, there are many of you who are already well familiar with the practice and you come every year. So in that case, you can just continue with the visualization and quietly recite the mantra. And for those of you who are newer, you can listen to the instructions and we'll go through the text because we don't have a ton of time for teachings, but we'll just give a little bit of an overview beginning on page 19.
我的呢，他可张也嘛，我讲了，就说这当他上节军队的从小就东亚人有了，东亚人有对真的都青年提过是亚了，他就得写有是拉上，我就得切年就拉那米比就来的，的拉那米比就了，排就马就。你米就写有什么说？我真的买酒去，我听着去，真的他怎么叫他啊些？他怎么叫他啊些？他这里怎么叫给做他听着他们这有了他出去有的，他就送啥有的，我这边呢有的我他啊去，这里很些说我真的，他听着在做他忙不有的是我听难了，他的他啊去做他，在对盘中。在像宁波中吧，在地下自由有吧，รับ些是รับ些吧，写起吧就说是那多。
So, as with the empowerment the other day or yesterday, we discussed, the origination of this practice, that it comes originally from the Tantras. As you know, we have the full vast expanse of the Buddha's teachings, 84,000 categories of Dharma that comprise both Sutra and Tantra. And then within the category of Tantra, we have the 4 classes of Tantra, the Kriya Tantra, Charya Tantra, Yoga Tantra, and Anuttara Yoga Tantra. And then in that highest category of Tantra, Anuttara Yoga Tantra, we have the 3 categories of Father Tantras, Mother Tantras, and non-dual Tantras. And so this falls into the category of both highest Yoga Tantra or Anuttara Yoga Tantra and the Mother Tantra. And there are many different versions of Cakrasamvara with different, where the mandalas are comprised of different deities. So we have like the 60 deity Cakrasamvara practice, the 13 deity Cakrasamvara practice, the 5 deity, the co-emergent. And so this is the 5 deity Cakrasamvara practice, and it's a very concise, really like a concise essence practice, and that's what also in the expressed in the title, where it says the short sadhana of the 5 Cakrasamvara deities called illuminating the innermost heart.
我真的那蒙古的写的兄弟呢，我那蒙古人他那么强势的从他那过去啥哇，我那么的那么哇，那过去那么的那么在强势把这过学习，他真就去那这学习。我那就把康些是等可乐做把那个做他娘是那是的，娘是那把做那是的一个地方弄做他是。我连把做那是这个是那他参加了哇，参加对对，这其他去就说是错是的，这趟我做都马过来是。多起码过来是，哪个多马过来，多哪马过来是，我等下错是过来是有几趟是，哪处是的，哪处是那个话来哪得了吧？这其实都接的只有的，对，哪处，我等下都接趟只有这马着他说过来是，那点我这里呢，娘们去过来中多，前天中这种这过来是。
So first we have here in the small letters or in the italics, it says Namo Guru. So Namo is Sanskrit for I prostrate. So it's essentially I prostrate to the Guru. And then it says a yogi who wishes to practice the sadhana of the 5 Cakrasamvara deities. So anyone who is doing the practice should have the following requisites or materials. So set up the outer and inner offerings, the Torma. So we need to have arranged. Also, it says, does it say in the English? I guess it doesn't say. It says in the and an image of the deity. So the image of the deity, meaning like a tanka. And then also you should have the tormas, the preliminary tormas, and or the ngundro and the chima, or the preliminary and concluding torma, and then also the inner tormas, and sok, or you should have prepared Cakrasamvara, and the outer offerings, the offerings that are offered on the shrine, and the inner offerings of the Dutsi and Rakta. And you should also have, as it says, like a damaru, badra, bell, damaru drum, and sit on a comfortable cushion. So then we have this first line here where it says, in an instant I appear in the form of the co-emergent transcendent conqueror. This is what is referred to as the instantaneous arising of the deity. So here we're arising all at once, and we want that initial arising of ourselves in the form of the deity to be very clear. As Lord Jigten Sumgön says in the Gongchik, the instantaneous arising of the deity is especially profound. There are the different stages of the arising of the deity's form. So among these different stages of generating the form of the deity, this is the instantaneous arising, where we arise all at once, complete with the color and hand implements and adornments and so forth. And it's really important, even though this is this initial arising, and then later we have the more elaborate generation stage. This one is very important to generate very clearly, vivid and clear, not just sort of passing over it and then waiting for the more involved, visualization of the generation of the deity's form. And the reason for that especially is that we have all of these activities that we're doing as the deity. We're blessing the inner offering, we're blessing the tormas, we're blessing the offerings, the arranged offerings. And so in our ordinary form, we can't actually bless them. So we have to be in the form of the deity in order for that process to really be endowed with power and blessing.
Chame ba chune, the Chame was Dorjee Pomachon, the new Karuman chune. What in the Nanchu by nearly gate, what sheets so far, John, what is Taring Popatine, sorry, Yom Topatine, then Tromos rank Nicol Thames on Mozam, or Tetem, then they told me on the Yambartis Shagores.
So then we have the blessing of the inner offering, which is here with the offering that you have, when you're practicing on your own, for instance, which Drupon Rinpoche has here on his table, the skull cup with the nectar. And so then, as you say, Om Kanda Rohe Hong Hong Pe. So with this, then you visualize that from the Hung at your heart center, red light rays together with countless emanations of Kanda Rohe, Kanda Rohe, the red Dakini, emanate forth or stream forth, and they dispel all of the obscurations, defilements, impurities in the nectar, and they banish all of those kind of negative obstructing forces to a very far off place, and ensure that then they also can't return. And then all of those dakinis that have emanated dissolve back into your heart, and you're filled with the experience that is the union, indivisibility of bliss and emptiness. So you then that meditative absorption of bliss and emptiness arises.
Oh, that is Tumche Sananda, Hoki John, Tumche Lamdo, Jidan Kendaro, Lavra, Tumje, Tumche Sra. Or the Tata, the warm down home peat in Doa. One thing I'm going to see home peat, Jidan, didn't Rotan lad in Jutan Mandas, Yosari. In that Hatap, Kinekala, Gate on Parchit of Bajayak, Tonda John, Ricores, one Peter.
Nika.
Home peat water.
So then we have the mantra. So it's Om Kanda Rohe or Tungche Ma in Tibetan, and then Hong Hong Pe. So the Hong and the Pe. There are different ways of explaining the meaning there, but in this case, we can think that they have the function of dispelling obstructors and obstacles.
Oh, then Tinjola Om Sobawa Shuda Sarva Dharma Sobawa Shudo Sandwa. What that is Jitanchina, Ranji Tabi, Chotamji, Ranji Tabi, Ngao, and Ramlapsha Sarwa. Or Ngao said, so that does the Laman. Does he Kabal does say Yura? Terral main, Gabat, Lameba, Bomba, Chorsonzam. Ting on that, Talungsem, Rank Lungsem Devata. Lungsem Devan J. Delicana, then Yamja Jungzi Chigores.
Got it. Oh.
Lungsem. The song Yambarti Chagores. Or the Shana, then Shana, or then Yamjana, then Tamenangia Dotbia. Madava, so Jaya Nega, don't say, Jumsen on your race.
So then we have the second mantra, which is this Svabhava mantra, Om Swabhava Shuddha Sarva Dharma Swabhava Shuddhohang. And then with this, the meaning contained in this mantra is all phenomena are intrinsic purity, and I also am that intrinsic purity. So then what we can visualize as we recite this here is that the Kapala with the inner offering becomes non-referential. It becomes like non-conceptual space. And then for in a moment, thinking or allowing the mind and the winds to mix, then rest for a moment in the union of bliss and emptiness. And what this does is it has the function of helping to ward off those imprints of ordinary concepts. So it purifies the impurities and reverses concepts of like ordinariness.
then dati domba chor song ta du ci kosa de dombe ngang da ci ya yam li nong jing ko zhe chung de nong me zwa yo zhe yam li nong jing ko xing de yam nong jing ko de la shu ye am dong je yo ba chi shu ye yo ba ji ho ram chen de le so ni bo de la 당보 양스 총로와 당보 양스 총의 양파 고 휴네 세 롱진 거동 롱진 거 휴히 입장총 어때네 자티 제가 들어간 때인데지 제가 너 체크하지 여러 세 들어간 때인데지 어디
체크 랑텐 or
고르고스 잡 때인데지
core
잡을 받는데지 제가 들어간 때인데지这张卡这张点的，其真的养体几乎让大人养钱都是拉松的嘞。我真的提也用了发电有，发电这种没，发电这种你有吧？其我真的我他这种的有了，他用的这有了噻。我这种其提前就让呢，这穷让嘛不是。我这让他妈没学呢，没经过这种，所这让点的嘞。我真的为是让不钱的嘞，我提早说什么了？为是让不钱的了哇，让没一个让没钱的，样的让钱一个让没了哇，我提个他说什么了？他的古松图跟我红有吧起，我他红这把学的呢，特别去接送，特级送穷嘛起，我提人都是穷呢，这把他让些这把没有从这起，这个不是，这把我选的真的，他把阳性加起吧，台湾从下南马不赢吧，东北从下七个不赢吧，他大同人民从下他们几%，他把做不起他没法子，他把可以别做忙不有的，做没办法他们几%了，我他们几%，大同人民从下。你特别吃袜子让点的起，这袜子让点的起，我这的起，那他是啥的事？可是要去要样呢？对接起那的，他那会儿生当对接的是。
Okay, ini ang tata de la, right? Okay. Then when we arise, this visualization that accompanies the consecration of the nectar is that first we visualize the arising of a yam syllable. That yam syllable melts into light. And it becomes the element of wind, which appears as a bow in a bow shape, and that bow shape is like the flat side is facing us, and the curved side is facing out. And then in the corners of the two, so it's a crescent, this bow shape, or we could say like a half moon. And in the two corners, there are like bellows, fans, flags that are fanning the wind, producing the wind. And then on top of this, there arises the syllable ram, which then dissolves into fire. And the element of fire is represented by the shape of a triangle. So the point in this case is facing towards us, and in the three corners of the triangle are the syllables Om, Hung, the syllables of enlightened body, speech, and mind, and they become skulls. So they're skulls then marked with the syllables Om, Hung, and then And then from the syllable ah, which is the syllable of the unborn innate nature, this then melts into light and becomes a vast and spacious kapala. It is red on the inside, which is the symbol of great bliss. It is white on the outside, which is the symbol of emptiness. And it is one single piece. So like some skulls have, different pieces, but this one doesn't have the different pieces. There are no cracks in the skull. It's just one single piece. This represents the equality of all phenomena as the primordial nature that is the union of bliss and emptiness. And the kapala, its forehead, like the point is facing towards us. And then here we can take a break for 30 minutes and we'll come back. Mm-hmm.
Amen.
过子明白唱这下呢。我真的，呀。
Oh, because it's. No, I wasn't on that. Okay, I don't know. You check his, maybe it's not on yet.
真的，当这算呀。
Yeah, I mean, what can I do?
真的，他挺久的，其他他很多，别人慢慢学的多层啊，这是他多层啊，多层啊，其他嘎巴拉听那的哇，多层啊，其他呢，那个他过来香港那么是我在香港多层啊，这就有把机，他这说，上网听这样的嘞，我他也多是说这样的了些，多层啊，这也是。我这很多在南唐是真的，红中很多，但红的没就被上网的，没就被上网去，中的南巴南子去，这的人间景点去，真的我怕没去，看的同样出吧，我这的人啊上，我这都是的，要不你们来去，你去你同那，真的一些啊我去呀。
So we left off, with the blessing or consecration of the nectar and the Kapala, and so then we have, or with the arising. Sorry, this is all part of the consecration of the nectar. So then we have the arising of the 5 meats and the 5 nectars, that appear inside of the Kapala. So with each of the syllables are then they represent each of the 5 meats and the 5 nectars, and they are marked with, here as it says, the 5 meats are marked with the syllables hung, brum, hung, brum, jim, and kam. So the hung is akshobhya, the drum is, or brum, is it working? Yay. is Vairochana. The ang is Ratnasambhava. The jim or zim is Amitabha, and the kam is Amoghasiddhi. And so then with those syllables, it's as though, the wisdom, it actually they become the 5 wisdoms of the 5 Buddha families, the wisdom nectar, and the wisdom nectar is consecrated. Michael, it's still his voice is not coming through. It's okay now. Okay.
我天对的da dere ma de sa de chi da yo to ma sa wo ro yo ra ya men ba ti ku hu de sa wo yo ra我这我对真的嘛学呢，就经常通呢，我真的都是当一面这些东西真的都是的，讲说，那都是的，看到个我，人家是吧，在讲究上这东西，学生上都是的吧，我在长波是来看呢。
So then, so as it says in the text, through purifying, realizing, and flaring. So what these are referring to is first, as it says, through purifying. So so with remember we had the half moon that was the mandala of wind with the two fans in the corners, and what you imagine is that from your inhalation that comes through your nostrils, that wind causes the banners, the flags that are producing the wind to flap, and then it causes the wind to increase, and then therefore the fire blazes, the fire increases, causing the substances in the kapala to melt. And through that melting, there's the the kind of froth that bubbles over and then separates off. It separates from the nectar so that the impurities then are purified. And then it becomes the samaya nectar, and its color, it becomes reddish yellow in color. And then so that's the purifying. And then the realizing, what this is referring to is that we visualize from the steam of the nectar, there forms a katvanga out of steam, the steam. And this katvanga is facing downward above the nectar with a hung at its, inverted hung at its point. So it's marked with a hung. And this represents the ultimate bodhicitta of Heruka, of Cakrasamvara. And then from the hung and the katvanga, the steam drips into the dutsi, into the nectar, and as the fire blazes, then the katvanga then fully melts into the nectar and becomes indivisible. It merges completely with the nectar, and the nectar then becomes white in color and and very, very like brilliant, very vivid, very clear, and it is the essence of bodhicitta.
真的，咱忙不白了，现在白了，现在讲套白了，现在我这白了现在开始，现在他天啥的，俺就对不起我对这块他说能提，刚才往也有种俺这有了，我这种动作样式，我等动作的，但样的多人提看到那说是，阿里个里提看到那说有吧起。ที่ดูสิกันอยู่ว่าว่าที่อยู่ด้วยเนี่ยที่ส่วนอันเจดีย์ชวนเนี่ยว่ามันกันบ่มาบ่ห้องบ่อยู่ว่าสิว่าที่เนี่ยแต่ถึงกูพิจารณาเรื่องสกุลชุดเสทั้งบ่ว่ามันชีกูพิจารณาที่กันที่ที่ห้องรู้ว่าศึกษาเนี่ยเดี๋ยวที่ดูสิกันรู้ว่าที่เนี่ยว่าที่รู้จังใจสั่งเนี่ยว่าที่เนี่ยว่าที่เนี่ยว่า这样说呢我这样说呢，真的是上届强调什么？他们去突出的有别个，强调什么？都是什么做过？他一个从天，我当然一都是说期间做的，就说哪样一都是有的那么多。我他说什么过？他那天呢，我真的我在过呢，这其中怎么着？这里怎么讲？他说什么？这种给中国人他看了。我这怎么说？他说变可能中，他说够呢。我这提什么说？这位人多，他接洽客户学呢，接洽是那个接洽是呢。我提客户学呢，他对我们的他说红他说了天呢，我真的他一些都是有了，看到个吧，人家是吧，肉吧，他 中特说可是通那做着呀，严重嘛。
公他就是卡多卡当。
卡多嘎的西瓦的话是叫西瓦，撒换米吧，撒米对吧？进入呀。我真的，但是中特说可是东西那做着呀没的，讲说那是确实弄上。
So then it says increasing or flaring or expanding, increasing. And so here also, so in the extensive sadhana, there's a visualization involving and with the recitation of the Sanskrit vowels and consonants, om, a, I, u, u, etc. But here we can just visualize that with this, then the nectar becomes like multicolored. It becomes like the kind of rainbow colored, and then there is Om Ahung that is above the nectar in reverse order. So Dambo Kala Om Kala Hung.
Dambo Om Techi, Digang Ah Chiti.
Yeah, so they're stacked one above the other with Om above the Dutsi, and then Ah, and then like a white Om, and a red Ah, and then a blue Hung. And they radiate light rays out to all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the 10 directions, invoking their blessing and compassion in the form that returns in the form of like radiant nectar light. So it summons their blessings, which then dissolve into the 3 syllables of Om Ahung, which then dissolve again into the nectar. And Lato Sangma Korlosum Karism.
Korlosum Lato Sangma Go Ne. Tela Yige Zom Tem, Yige Zombote, things they are ten, Om to Alten, Ah Hong, Hong.
So all, and it summons all of the deities of the 3 wheels that then dissolve into each into the syllables, and then one dissolves into the other. Hung ala tim, right? So the hung dissolves into the ah. The Om dissolves into the Ah dissolves into the Hung, and then it dissolves into the nectar. And the nectar is fully consecrated as a vast ocean of primordial wisdom nectar with all of the qualities. It is white in color, radiant, the nature of undefiled bliss. However much the guests who partake of it, as much as they as much as they need to partake, they partake. It is inexhaustible, and it is like a vast, expansive ocean.
Om Ahung Sendoa. Om Ahung Sedutin, Dutsetendere, Lanes, Rang Jetol Shane, or this Havitzelata, Sami, Deve Lucan Son Zambra, Sami Deve Lucan Samnet, Deton, Nambati Shakres, Deton Son Yokinan.
And so then, after the nectar has been consecrated, then with the recitation of Om Ahung, you can take a drop of nectar from the kapala with your ring finger and place it on your tongue. And as you place it on your tongue, as you taste it, then you experience the arising of undefiled bliss and can rest for a few moments in the meditative absorption that is the union of bliss and emptiness. Oh, okay, whip. Yeah. So Lord Jigten Sumgun says that, like, if you really know how to practice, if you really can practice the meditative absorption that is the union of bliss and emptiness, then even if your most hated enemy comes into your presence, like that would be, for instance, in Tibet, it would be someone that killed your father is like the worst enemy that you could possibly have. And so even if you came into the presence of that enemy, you would be so suffused with bliss that there would be no harm and there would be no arising of anger. And then the co-emergent and you will recognize instead the co-emergent primordial awareness. And it is said also that even if you were whipped with the level of this meditative absorption that is the union of bliss and emptiness, even if you're whipped with a whip of like really aggressive thorns, you would feel no pain, that you would only feel bliss. And so then we have the preliminary Torma. So we go through the blessing, the consecration of the Torma, exactly in the same way that we did with the nectar. So it's the same thing. The Torma is consecrated and through the same visualization, and then when the Torma is offered, then it is offered to for all to like beings with forms, beings without forms, and any potential obstacles or hindrances are thoroughly cleared away, and also through this practice of offering the Torma, you gather the two accumulations. And this leads to, attaining both the common and supreme cities.
Wata Torma tela ten torsen na ta junden nga zu sha sha Torma jin do te ten tor dan che torsen che chen na ne kham ne kha ba chen che ta tang ya je yo te be sha gik tor ne tang ya ne kham ne go du tang ya je yo wata che torsen wata rin do wata Torma te sha sa tor jian zu ya tor tep zu ya bo na ju pu som so ma yo na ya bo yo res.
So there are the word Torma. So the Torma has kind of gongda denda de zim de Tor gidunda yang chan.
Zin to so pa tor so achi semar zia zibe to pa je yora te par tor chi rifa ye te archi ma chi.
So the Tor part of the word Torma, Tor means to dispel or to scatter, dispel. So it is dispelling the mind of grasping and fixation that attributes characteristics to things. And then the Ma part of the word Torma, Ma stands for the primordial wisdom awareness. And then so there are the different types of Tormas. Like first of all, we have the main Torma, the Torma that represents the deity, which is put on the shrine, the Torma, the main Torma, and it's left there, throughout the duration of the practice. But then you have like the temporary Tormas, the Tormas that are offered, and there are various Tormas like the Torma to dispel obstructing forces, preliminary Torma and concluding Torma, and Tormas, inner Torma offered to the deity, and so forth.
then that Torma de la Jetan that Puse Yu then Jikan Lende Ba Zawa Zom La Soba, Sason Tam Jan so Yora Soda. Jikan that's a answer of Jumbo Sola Antoma Piano, what into your is. What that Torma de Jetan China, Parochimba Cho Damot. The way more for here. Domba Zom La Soto Sound your is.
Dombasum. And so the recipients of the Torma are both those beings that are worldly beings or entities, and transcendent deities or entities. And the Torma itself is comprised of, its nature is possessed of that which is comprised of the 6 perfections, the 4 means of gathering disciples, and the 3 vows, the 3 levels of vows. Oh, I forgot to say, sorry. The dampo jinja yapo la sopa torma yapo zona yapo re sung yorwa ngomati la ya la jesha.
Don't make it, don't my pussy.
Ngoma.
Chairmaster.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, Sung. Sorry, I forgot to say before, he did say that when we make the Torma, like it's best if we can learn to make a proper Torma, like to have a correct Torma with the ornaments and everything, and to do it in the right way. Yeah. I forgot to say that before.
Don't make it so part. I am the Jimbaris, the Dangerwa. The Sanshi, the Simjan, no say Majiva. Majita Chia, so no say so Paya, the Chuchem. What that in on the Simjan don't the Bundon and Ro Machuachi, Zama, so Yabuchi, Girwa, what the Sobachi, Galinda Jagua, the Sobachi, or then the Dombo Chimbochi, Lelo Tanchewa. Lelo Tanche, the Doma Yabo Sogro, what the Zonduchi, the Doma Dom Nicola, same hand to my Yuachi, what the Santanchi, the Doma don't see Corsom Yon Staba, Corsom said that don't see you don't can Doma Sama Tabachi, what in Corsom Yon Tabasera, what the Shiba, the Shira, what the Sandi is, what I'm doing about Shichina, Dron so Pata, Tampo Mogarata. Check it, Jones of the other, then the Jimbachi, then the Jones of the Doban, the Chito, that's a chance on the Sang as the Lavgara, or the Chiduted, Nyambar Mavachi, or then the Tanga, the Ropachi, what she may only Ropachi Lavgara, or rotate on Maton, the Chiduted, Tonjo Bachi, Tonjo, doing over Tonjo, or then Corsom beyond up and more shall let Tontuba, what it doing over Shitsan race. Domba Zom Tsaya takers, and Torma don't do Zama Yoba, Metseva, Sewa Mejiba, Mega Temji Bonds, the Sambia Samba Sambona, the Sotar Domba. Son, the Torma Shank Tonala about Donya, the Chansem Domba Sandoris, the Torma Halas or Sungalas on Dashita Tangerwa, what it is an art Domba Sandi, your ears on one.
Gongta dini parchin dru la the zupa gari.
Soba the Jedan City, the Simjan don't no say Mazon, the Tina, the Pechan, something burned on Zamba Zina Tina Younger, the Zondro Machu in the Yabo, the Zama, so Yabo Chia, or Galemon, Gale Japi, and some of them are Galore. Namshi Tomo, Yuri, La Pancha, and Ramada Younger. There's a mass of Yabo, so go to the Toma Gale, this Euro.
So the way in which the 6 perfections are present in the practice of offering a Torma, or in the Torma, is that so first we're actually offering the physical substance of the Torma. Making the offering itself is the practice of the perfection of generosity, and then having the intention to dispel harm and to not cause any harm is the perfection of discipline, ethical discipline, and then to really kind of like the difficulties that we have to endure, to make the Torma, to make sure that all of the substances like that, like the sampa and stuff, such is not like infested with bugs, and to make sure that it's all very clean and well done and everything, and sometimes it's difficult to make tormas, and sometimes maybe you're in a really cold place and making tormas and it's hard, it's uncomfortable, so that then is the perfection of patience, and then not being lazy about it, but really like making the effort to make the tormas. This is the perfection of diligence, and then not becoming distracted in the process, really maintaining clear awareness throughout the practice is the perfection of concentration, meditative concentration, and then having the whole process of making and offering the Torma be one that is free, or in particular offering the Torma that is free from the conceptuality of the three spheres, so meaning that it is free from subject-object duality with regard to the recipient to whom we are offering the Torma, the thing that is being offered or given, the Torma itself, and the one who is making the offering. So it's free from conceptuality regarding these three spheres. That's the perfection of wisdom. And then the way in which the four means of attracting disciples is present is that first, in giving the Torma, then this is the practice of, giving gifts or being generous or, attracting through the kind gesture of giving a gift. And then when we praise the recipients, we say, so in our words, there's praise, and we are then speaking kindly to these beings that are receiving our Torma. So this is the means of speaking in a way that is pleasant and kind. And then when we say, please dispel your harmful intentions and assist us, help us to accomplish what is valuable or meaningful, then this is the means of speaking in a way that is meaningful, that has meaning. And then the third, when we when we make the offering in this way that is free from conceptuality regarding the three spheres, or that realizes the non-referentiality of the three spheres, and this is behaving in a way that is in accord with our words, or in a way that is meaningful, and then the way that the three vows are present is that we are careful to make sure that the Torma is very clean, and we are offering the Torma with a pure intention, without a mind of non-virtue and negativity. Then this contains the vows of individual liberation, or pratimoksha vows, and then when our offering is focused on benefiting others, this is the bodhisattva vows, and then as our offering is also made to the deities, and so like all the hosts of deities and transcendent beings, then this contains the vows of secret mantra.
Shiva in Sarvan Garchuni Masya, Gunting Shiva, Navarre, Gunting Avaris. Or then Garchuni Mat, Gunting Avaris, they come Yama,
Chukinima?
Chunima. Jitan Drikung Jamgun Kare Chunimat, the Zoke Ulan Rinduan, and Drikung de Jamgun Chujinima, Seti Yura Chungsan, or the Zoke Ularindoa, Lamantesa Sarindoa. I think Garchen, you might them choke to a low juxum some delays. Lojukson. One some did set in Namkalan Puriatan. Tene Charles Shabjisha, Tentu Yores. What in a Gargumba Nima Druba, so that them Jodrava in those on the Romosi. Drupchen Sukin those. Or Drupchen to think them Jodrav in those. What in duty do, then so what never Karzando Senate, Omshaha, who sit young take at the Zandos, Nevini Buja Yora. What did the most is on the thing as they that is so on the Zana Yawondo, Karisana, Mazo Toma to be challenged of the kitchen Borwa. Thinking about the Drupchen so to Zoya, or thing do the Yawondo thing as Jela, so Shaha, so happy.
So also, His Eminence Garchen Rinpoche actually said that the fifth Garchen incarnation, Garchuki Nima, at Gargan, he was a really extraordinary Cakrasamvara practitioner. He stayed in retreat for 13 years practicing Cakrasamvara and attained all sorts of extraordinary siddhis and was said to be able to, he was able to fly through the sky. He was able to leave footprints in rocks. And at that time, it was mainly the Cakrasamvara Drupchen that was practiced at Gargan Monastery. It was Drupchen. It was actually Drupchen, and the main mantra that they accumulated was the Om Rihaha Hung Hong Pe, and as the main recitation. And so actually, he thinks that it's really good. It's so wonderful that we do this Drupchen, but actually also to spend more time in the future, also reciting that. The Omri Haha Hung Hong Pe, right? The Chipo Donya Yorbe or so like to make that the main mantra that is recited, it would be good.
Nime Luxoje Yoroa, Luxoje, Lama Kuma, the Chindo, set Juban, the Yoran Tonga, Jube Challenge, was a Yamnan, the Ruchin, the Rindos as a Yoroa, what a kitchen is.
Oh, because, right, the reason is because it's very important, the lineage, to sustain the continuity of that lineage. So the fact that it has been this tradition at Gargan, passed from one, passed on through generations, that if we start doing it here, is that right? That I understood that?
Yeah.
What's that? Yeah, it's important to do it here, right? Yeah, okay. I just wanted to make sure I understood that.
Rinpoche Chunggang la, the Chendo, Sitiruta, Nyemba Tirusakshin, the What in Luting, also that Kajikita, Sanme Luxo Drupchen, Luxo, your Mari Lagura, Zamate, Drumchumante, Gargum Batin Suki, they do as on Toma, Jubek Chalante, Sha on Zoya, Zoya.
Okay. So also the distinction about it being like a Drupchen as opposed to a Drupchu. So traditionally it is in the Sarma tradition it is Drupchu that's practiced, not Drupchen. But in Gargan they have 4 centuries practiced it as a Drupchen, and so it is this again, as he mentioned, there's this continuity of blessing that is maintained through upholding the lineage. And so when Rinpoche was young, very young, he received the transmission and empowerment and did all of the accumulations of the mantra recitation, right? Kare chik nor due, chik la due. Tintin?
Yeah, then you must have come on it. Good, you're ready.
Om Shere Benza Ru Gang Hum Be Dragon Zola Sa Warom So Om
The mantra revolving around the hung at the heart of each dakini radiates light. From these rays of light, deities emerge who then act for the benefit of beings. The light then gathers back and dissolves into the hung.
Page 64.
64.
Om Kenda Rohe Om Om Soba Vajud Sarva Dharma Soba Shuddha Domba Nana Loma Tribute Tenda Ale Kapala Yanshin Jachevana Mera Mama Shula Durdanada Nado Koha Kula Shanana Drum Zan Kamjan Semba Jandoba Ishi Jadurza Jamso Chemba.
From the state of emptiness appear wind, fire, and a hearth of skulls. On this from A arises a vast and wide Kapala. Inside that from B, Ra, Ma, Mu, and Shu arise the 5 nectars. And from Na, Go, Ga, Da, Ha, and Ku arise the 5 meats, marked with Hung, Brum, Ang, Jim, and Kam. Through purifying, realizing, and flaring, the substances become a vast ocean of wisdom nectar. Pem, the light radiating from the Hung at my heart, invites the conqueror Cakrasamvara from the pure land of Akanishta, together with myriad Viras and Yoginis, to come here to the space before me. On the tongues of the assembly of the deities of the 5 wheels are white Bhadras the size of a barley grain. The Torma is offered to the deities by moving it in a circle, to the left for those in the cardinal directions, and to the right for those in the intermediate directions.
chenam je dorje pamo de lam dunandu Siddha shiva nyamba chakra shinta drumpa drumpa mu Muna nyamba jamba kaba nyamba dani zibajan Gombo tuje juje pime namba tuje juge Dalan zuje lamo namja shinta jezer zedo so
I bow to glorious Heruka, great hero, utterly pure Vajra Lord, and to Vajra Varahi, passionate one for those with great passion, equally victorious over attachment to existence and peace. You have conquered all conceptual thoughts. You see the even space-like nature of all phenomena. Protector, may the nectar of your heart, infused with your compassion, drench me. Goddesses, please care for me with your great love.
Om Kaka Kaya Kaya
The Shodangare Dunchu Jetu, or not Dunchu. So page 80.
Danye Jomden Deso Sarven Yengo Uma Huapo Yo Namahe Se Jesogdo Sohama Chakba Nyeso Boga He Nabu Nyeso Hong 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 Ma Yela Tamje La Pehan Janka Namje Sembar
I appear as the transcendent conqueror. At my heart are white Om Ha. At my head yellow Namahe. At my crown red Swaha Ho. At both shoulders black Bao Sat He. At both eyes crimson Hung Hung Ho. And at the limbs green Pet Hang.
Om Sambana Sambana Hong Hong Be Om Gahana Gahana Hong Hong Be Om Gahana Baya Gahana Baya Hong Hong Be Om Anaya Ho Banga Maya Randaya Hong Be Lunch Be
But they check out Degarewa, check out Drogare, Mareve. So group 2 can go for lunch and probably the Lamas, right? So you guys can go for lunch and group 1 stays here.